So good morning all. So my name is Bijoy Misra. I'm a part of this group called South Asian Poets of New England. So this is a group which you formed about, say, 15 years ago, but it had its origin in Harvard some 30 years ago, where we thought we can teach the Indian languages to the new undergraduates. So Harvard agreed. So we tried to create a language group. India has many languages. So we tried to see whether we can really bring language speaking to the front. And having done that, then in 2008, we formed this called South Asian Poets of New England, where we tried to include other groups, our neighbors, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, other people, Ceylon, Burma. Uh, and presently we have moved forward, Afghanistan, Iran. Um, so that group meets every quarter. Now, this particular event today, we call it New England. New England in the sense, the folk literature. Folk literature as people speak. So this is something has been an interest to us in the sense as children are growing up with their own ethnicity. Uh, we want to know or we want to understand what do mothers teach their children in various times, various places, various countries, various cultures, because the children growing up here are international. So that's the effort. Effort is to show, is there a commonality of understanding, commonality of ethics, commonality of values, and that children should know, and so that they can understand their fellow friend, neighbor, and the world. So with that, we asked for a little support from the Mass Cultural Council, and they kindly granted. So this is our fourth year. And again, I'm grateful to you all who have joined. Now we could expand it to much larger community, but for the time and so on, we are now what, 13 to 14 people. So what will happen is each of you has your own language. You will read your material or recite, whichever you like, and then you read an English translation of it so that other people may understand. And we record the whole thing. And eventually, our goal is that we may select few of the poems presented to put together a book as called International Poetry Collection for children or for understanding. That's like several years down the road, but that's the effort. So with that, we have my friend here, Dr. Rita Pandey, Geeta Patil, Nina Wahi, and there's a friend here, Parmit Singh. So four of them and me, we formed a small group, tried to reach out. So they tried hard to find out people. So you are all a product of that effort. So what Ritaji will do, so she will give the introduction of the poet. So poet presents it, his or her material. So I say each person may have 5 to 7 minutes, and then we continue. So we don't have any interruption as I finish. So, so I have tried to sequence a certain form, time-wise, like from Sanskrit to Greek to Arabic to Farsi and so on. And hopefully we explore independence from days old to days new and see if we succeed in such a development. So it's a story by itself if we do it right. But that's up to the audience and the other people to judge. So let us proceed. So let me introduce Dr. Rita Pandey to introduce the first speaker.
Namaste, everyone. The first poet today is Vittamani Rampriya, hails from the scholarly family in Karnataka, India. He has been long-time resident in Massachusetts and is a retired engineer. He is an active member of the Chinmaya Mission International. He studies the Vedas and keeps interest in the scriptures of India. With the Maniji.
Good morning, all. I'm reading an extract from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. It's customary to, whenever we start reading any chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we start with Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Urdhvamulam adhashakam ashwatham prahuravyayam chandansi yasya parnani Yahtam Veda Savedavit. The translation in English is prosaic by Dr. Adi Devananda of Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Adi Devananda. They speak of an immutable Ashwatha tree with its roots above and branches below. Its leaves are the Vedas. He who knows it knows the Vedas. Adascha urdhvam prasrita tasya shaka guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adascha mulani anusantatani karmanubandhani manushya. Its branches extend both above and below. Nourished by the gunas, the shoots are sense objects, and their secondary roots extend downwards, resulting in acts which bind in the world of men. Na rupamasyeha tatopalabhyate, na anto na chade, na cha sampratishta, ashwattamenam suvirudhamulam, asangashastrena dridena chitva. Its form as such is not perceived here, nor its end, nor its beginning, nor its support. Having cut off this from rooted Ashwatha with the strong acts of detachment. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyah तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Then one should seek that goal attaining which one never returns. One should seek refuge with that primal person from whom stream forth this ancient activity. The last of the selected stanzas, Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kama Dvandai Vimukta Sukadukka Sangai Gacchantya Muda Padamavyayam Tat. Without the delusion of perverse notions, victorious over the evil attachment, ever devoted in the self, turned away from desires and liberated from dualities called pleasure and pain, the undeluded go to that imperishable state. This ends the suggested recitation. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right. Okay. So you
Thank
can
you.
unmute, and if you want to applaud, you can do, and then go on to the next. All right.
Thank you so much, Vittamaniji. And the next poet today is Bella Khames, is a doctoral student in Washington University. She specializes in the studies of ancient Greek society and language. Belaji. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly.
Yes. Thank you all for having me. And today I'll be reading for you a fragment of a poem by the ancient Athenian lawmaker Solon, who wrote in the 6th century BCE. So he was both a poet and a democratic lawmaker for the city-state. Ego de ton men hunekas xinegagon demon. Tituton printikene pausamen, sumarturoia tautan endike chronu. Meter megiste daimonon olympion arista, ge melaina, tesegopote, horus anelon, polake pepegotas. Prostende du leususa, nune leutere, polusta tenas patrides teoctiton, anegagon pratentas, alon dikos, alon dikaios, tustan ankaias hippo creus pugontas, glosan ucetatiken, kientas, hoste polake planomenus. Tus dentar autudulienae gea econtas, ete despoteontro meomenus, eleuterus et teca. Tautamen crate homu bien decae dicen xun armosas, erexa, cae dieltonos upescomen, des mustomoios, toi cacoi te cagatoi, euteiane secaston armosas dicen egrapsa, centron dallos hosego labon, caco prades tecae piloctemon aner, ucan catescedemon, egaretelon, hatoisen antioisin endanen tote. Autis datoisin huteroi prasaiato, polonan andron, he de croelte polis, ton hunec alcen pantoten poieomeos, hosen cusin polesin estrapen lykos. And did I stop before accomplishing the things for which I joined together the populace? As witness for my case before the courts of time, I summon Mother of the Gods Olympian, Black Earth, the greatest, prickling with boundary stones which I plucked out. Enslaved before, she now is freed. I led back to their gods-built fatherland a great many Athenians who had been sold, some illegally, some legally. Those who had fled constrained by poverty, no longer even speaking the Attic tongue, as happens to those who wander far and wide, and those who suffered slavery right here, trembling before their wills of their masters, I placed in freedom. I exercised my power, blending together both justice and force. I completed what I had promised to do. For the low and high alike I wrote my laws, providing justice for each individual. If another man had taken up the goad like me, a greedy man and bad counselor, he would not have restrained the people. For if then I had been willing to please their enemies, and do in turn whatever they had urged, this city would be bereft of many men. I set up my defense on every side, a wheeling wolf beset by packs of dogs. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Very good. Where's the next?
Thank you, Belaji. The next poet today is Abir Ibrahim, who is from the Republic of Sudan and grew up in Jordan. She's a student of cultural history. Today, she'll be taking us on an inspiring cultural journey through the timeless history, vibrant heritage, and classical folk literature of Jordan. Abir.
Sorry, thank you for having me. Today I'm taking you in journey through Jordan and Wales from ancient stone to modern kingdom as we explore this road of civilization. مرحبا، اسمي عبير. اليوم أخذكم رحلة عبر الأردن من العصر الحجري القديم إلى المملكة الحديثة بينما نكتشف ملتقى الحضارات. أود أن أشارككم مقطع أدبي تقليدي، قصيدة بدوية كلاسيكية من تقليد الحجاني تجسد الروح في البلد. Asian Foundation. We look in Asian Foundation of Jordan, starting with the iconic city of Batra, also known as the Rose Red City. Over 2,000 years ago, civilization called Neptune built this stunning place by carving homes and temples and directly right into the vibrant stone cliff. البتراء، المدينة الوردية. بنى الأقباط هذه المدينة المذهلة منذ أكثر من 2000 عام، حيث نحتوا المنازل والمعابد مباشرة في المنحدرات الحجرية نابضة بالحياة. What makes Batra amazing is that it was completely hidden and known as a lost city to Western world until 1812. Inhabiting were also absolutely genius water management in the middle of the desert. Because of the incredible history and beauty, recognized today as one of the new seven wonders of the world. ما يجعل مدينة البتراء مذهلة للغاية هو أنها كانت مخفية تماما. عرفت باسم المدينة المفقودة في العالم الغربي حتى عام 1912. كما كان الأنباط أباقرة حقهم في إدارة المواد المائية في قلب الصحراء. بفضل تاريخها وجمالها المذهل تعتبر اليوم أحد عجائب الدنيا السبع. The classical aura. We reach the classical era with where Jordan influenced under the Roman rule. This period left behind massive architectural marvel, most notably but incredibly was received. بالانتقال عبر الزمن نصل إلى العصر الكلاسيكي حيث ازدهرت الأردن تحت حكم الروماني، وقد خلفت هذه الفترة روائع معمارية ضخمة أبرزها مدينة جرس الذي حفظ بشكل مذهل. The Islamic Golden Age. During this time, Jordan served as a vital strategic center of the first Islamic dynasty known as the Umayyad rule, which linked Damascus to the holy cities. Because of this, entire region became the host-link hub for the tribe, carving and pilgrims, creating the rich tribesy of the cultural exchange. A fantastic example of this aura, desert castle called Qasr Umayyad. It is UNESCO World Heritage. Sit in the famous for motley color and Asian fresco. بعد انتقال العصر الإسلامي الذهبي خلال هذه الفترة كانت الأردن مركزا استراتيجيا حيويا للسلالة الإسلامية الأولى المعروفة باسم الحكم الأموي التي ربطت بين دمشق والمدن المقدسة. نتيجة لذلك أصبحت مركزا استراتيجيا للقوافل التجارية والحجاج، مما أدى لنشوء نسيج غني من تبادل الثقافي. ومن أمثلة على ذلك قلعة الصحراوية تدعى قصر أميرة، هي من أحد مواقع العالم لليونسكو. اشتهرت بلوحاتها الجدارية القديمة مليئة بالألوان الزاهية التي تصور مشاهد الصيد ومشاهد ملكية. Jordan River. From desert we move to Jordan deeply secret water. This slide highlights Bethany behind Jordan, which universally recognized the removed seed of the baptism of Jesus by John Baptist. من الصحراء ننتقل إلى المياه المقدسة للغاية في الأردن. تسلط هذه الشريحة الضوء على ثقة وراء نهر الأردن التي يعرف عالميا باعتبارها موقع موفر معمودية يسوع على يد يوحنا المعمد. The Dead Sea is officially the lowest point in the entire Earth, sitting 400 meters below the sea level. البحر الأحمر. البحر الميت. يعتبر البحر الميت أخفض بقاع العالم على عمق 430 مترا تحت مستوى البحر. تشتهر عالميا بارتفاع نسبة الملح بشكل استثنائي. The Birth of Kingdom. In 1946, on May 25th, Jordan Independence was established the Hikmet Kingdom of Jordan. King Abdullah became the first marshal held like massive, leading the country for itself and both term modern diplomacy and study development. ننتقل إلى التاريخ الحديث. المملكة في عام 1964 بارزة في تاريخ البلاد. في ماي 25 في ذلك العام استقل الأردن رسميا مما أدى لتأسيس المملكة الأردنية الهاشمية. أصبح الملك عبد الله الأول ملك البلاد، وقد لعب دور كبيرا في قيادة دولة جديدة على طريق نجاحها نحو الدبلوماسية الحديثة والتنموية. And thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Abir. The next poet is Gauri Datta, who is a practicing psychiatrist in Boston. She is active in the literary community in Boston area by organizing meetings and study circles. She is the founder of the Bengali poets group Lekhni. Gauriji.
Also say the language. So I think I did not. So language is Hindi now.
The poem I'm going to recite is a Hindi poem, Jhansi Ki Rani. It's a well-known poem. The poet is Subhadra Kumari Chauhan. I've selected 4 stanzas for it, and then I've done the English translations after each stanza, and I've matched it with the same rhythm, so it matches the stanzas. So the first paragraph is, सिंहासन हिल उठे, राजवंशों ने भ्रुकुटी तानी थी, बूढ़े भारत में आई फिर से नई जवानी थी, गुमी हुई आजादी की कीमत सबने पहचानी थी, दूर फिरंगी को करने की सबने मन में ठानी थी, चमक उठी सन 57 में वह तलवार पुरानी थी, बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. The kingdom's throne was at risk. The kings huddled in despair. At that time, a burst of youth renewed the dying air. Lost freedom was a heavy price India had to pay. Thus all rose to form a pact. The British must away. Though the sword was dull and old, it bore a newer flash. In 1857, India faced the colonials for a clash. This was the story boldly sung by bards of Bundelkhand. The song was of a woman who fought better than a man. Whether Lakshmi थी या दुर्गा थी, वह स्वयं वीरता की अवतार. देख मराठा पुलकित होते उसकी तलवारों के बार. नकली युद्ध व्यूह की रचना और खेलना खूब शिकार. सैन्य घेरना दुर्ग तोड़ना ये थे उसके प्रिय खिलवाड़. महाराष्ट्र कुलदेवी उसकी भी आराध्य भवानी थी. बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी. खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Whether Lakshmi or Durga, she was an avatar when at war. The Marathas thrilled to see how this queen struck with her swift sword. Her childhood games of made-up war and play acting of hunts, imaginary soldiers storming forts with horses and blazing guns. She worshipped Bhavani, the warlike goddess of the clan. This was a story sung by all the bards of Bundelkhand. Oh, she was a woman who could fight like a brave man. Paragraph 3. Rani badi kalpi आई, कर 100 मील निरंतर पार. घोड़ा थककर गिरा भूमि पर, गया स्वर्ग तत्काल सिधार. यमुना तट पर अंग्रेजों ने फिर खाई रानी से हार. विजयी रानी आगे चल दी, किया ग्वालियर पर अधिकार. अंग्रेजों के मित्र सिंधिया ने छोड़ी राजधानी थी. बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी. खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. The queen advanced tirelessly across 100 miles. Her horse collapsed with exhaustion. She found another ride. The British lost another fight along the Jamuna banks. Queen Lakshmi Bai conquered Gwalior and quelled the British ranks. King Sindhia, a Raj ally, left Gwalior in haste. The Bundel bards of Jhansi's queen sang on their song of praise. Oh, the queen of Jhansi, can fight better than the best. Paragraph 4. रानी गई सिधार चिता, अब उसकी दिव्य सवारी था। मिला तेज से तेज, तेज की वह सच्ची अधिकारी था। अभी उम्र कुल 23 की थी, मनुष्य नहीं अवतारी थी। हमको जीवित करने आई, बन स्वतंत्र नारी थी। दिखा गई पथ सिखा गई, हमको जो सीख सिखानी थी। बुंदे ले हर बोलो के मुंह, हमने सुनी कहानी थी। खूब लड़ी मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी। Finally, the queen was felled and laid on a fiery pyre. Her fighting force then blended with the force of the bright fire. She was only 23, a superhuman sign. She came as a symbol of freedom to enliven our minds. She taught us what we needed and was clear on our rights. I heard the bards of Bundel sing, freedom is worth the fight. आओ रानी, याद रखेंगे ये कृतज्ञ भारतवासी, यह तेरा बलिदान जगाएगा स्वतंत्र अविनाशी. Go then, O Queen, we immortalize you with our deepest throb. Your sacrifice to save your fort will be all warriors' gods. The end. Thank you.
All right, very good. So people can unmute and then you can give her applause. So people who have joined later, so this is, we are doing different languages, independence as the poet perceives it. So different poets bring different dimensions. We are in Hindi now and follow up with Kannada, I think, is it?
The next poet is Geeta Patil, who is a healthcare professional and a journalist. She has been an active member of the South Asian Poets of New England and participates in the meetings regularly. She is a core member of the group organizing today's function. Geeta ji.
Yeah. Namaskar, everyone. Good morning. I'm going to read a poem on Queen Chennamma. She was the queen of a kingdom called Kittur. My poem, it describes the bravery of Kittur Rani Chennamma, highlighting how she disguised and prepared herself for battle, led a fierce resistance against the British, and organized her army with traditional weapons like swords and bows, ultimately resulting in a historical confrontation in which the British officer Thackeray was killed. So let me sing a song of Rani Kitturi Chennamma. ಕೇಳಿರಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಾಳಿನ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳೇ, ಕೇಳಿರಿ ಹೇಳುವೆ ಮಾತೊಂದು, ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಡಿ ಮಡೆದ ಕಿತ್ತೂರು ರಾಣಿಯ ಕಥೆಯೊಂದು. ಕೇಳಿರಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಹೇಳುವೆ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳೇ, ಕೇಳಿರಿ ಹೇಳುವೆ ಮಾತೊಂದು, ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಡಿ ಮಡೆದ ಕಿತ್ತೂರಿ ರಾಣಿಯ ಕಥೆಯೊಂದು. ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಕಾಕತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೀರಪುತ್ರಿಯು ಜನಿಸಿದಳು. ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಕಾಕತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೀರಪುತ್ರಿಯು ಜನಿಸಿದಳು. ಧುಳಪ್ಪ ದೇಸಾಯಿ ಪದ್ಮಾವತಿಯ ಕುಲಪುತ್ರಿಯೇ ಈ ಚೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ. ಧುಳಪ್ಪ ದೇಸಾಯಿ ಪದ್ಮಾವತಿಯ ಕುಲಪುತ್ರಿಯೇ ಈ ಚೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ. ತಂದೆಯೊಡನೆ ಪುರುಷ ವೇಷದಿ ಬೇಟೆಗೆ ಕಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಹಳು. ತಂದೆಯೊಡನೆ ಪುರುಷ ವೇಷದಿ ಬೇಟೆಗೆ ಕಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಹಳು. ಕತ್ತೆ ವರಸಿ ಬಿಲ್ಲು ಬಾಣ ಕುದುರೆ ಸವಾರಿ ಕಲಿತಿಹಳು. ಕತ್ತೆ ವರಸಿ ಬಿಲ್ಲು ಬಾಣ ಕುದುರೆ ಸವಾರಿಯ ಕಲಿತಿಹಳು. ಕಿತ್ತೂರಿ ದೊರೆ ಮಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಜನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮಡದಿ ಎನಿಸಿಹಳು. ಕಿತ್ತೂರಿದೋರೆ ಮಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಜನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮಡದಿ ಎನಿಸಿಹಳು. ಮಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಜನ ಮರಣ ನಂತರ ಕಿತ್ತೂರು ರಾಣಿಯೇ ಆಗಿಹಳು. ಮಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಜನ ಮರಣ ನಂತರ ಕಿತ್ತೂರು ರಾಣಿಯೇ ಆಗಿಹಳು. ಕಿತ್ತೂರು ನಾಡಿನ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡಿಹಳು. ಕಿತ್ತೂರ ನಾಡಿನ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡಿಹಳು. ಠಾಕರೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಂದು ಅವಳು ವೀರವನತೆ ಎನಿಸಿಹಳು. ಠಾಕರೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಂದು ಅವಳು ವೀರವನತೆ ಅವಳನೆಸಿಹಳು. Yeah, you may be wondering who is this Kittur Rani Chennamma. Let me describe in short. Kittur Rani Chennamma was a courageous Indian queen known for her early resistance against British rule. She showed exceptional bravery during 1824 uprising in Kittur. When British tried to take control of her kingdom, she refused to surrender. So, yeah, she showed exceptional bravery during 1824 uprising in Kittur. When the British tried to take control of her kingdom, she refused to surrender. She organized her force, led them in battle, and fought fearlessly against the British East India Company. In the conflict, her army killed the British collector and a political agent, Saint John Thackeray, making a significant moment of resistance. Despite being eventually captured, her courage and leadership became a symbol of disobedience and patriotism in Indian history. She is remembered as one of the earliest female freedom fighters who stood against the colonial rule with determination and strength. Then I'm going to read the translation. Listen, children, the citizen of tomorrow. Listen, I shall tell you an inspiring story. It is about one who fought bravely for freedom and sacrificed her life. It is the story of Queen Kittur Chennamma. In Kakati village of Belgaum district, a brave daughter was born to Dhulappa Desai and Padmavati. That noble daughter was Chennamma. She wore the attire of a man along with her father and went into the forest for hunting. She learned to use the sword, bow, and arrow, and also learned to ride a horse. She was the beloved wife of Kittur ruler Malasarja. She was known for her loving nature. After Malasarja's time came to an end, she became the queen of Kittur and called Rani Chennamma. For the freedom of the land of Kittur, she fought against the British. She killed the British officer Thackeray and became known as a brave woman and a freedom fighter of India. That is Rani Chennamma. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right. Okay.
Thank you
Next
so much,
is
Geeta ji. The next poet is Tammy Melody Gomez, who is an interdisciplinary artist, writer, and cultural producer based in Texas. Her literary works have been published in numerous anthologies by many established publishers. We are lucky to have her join in our program today. Tammy.
Tammy, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. I am pleased to be with you today, and I'm going to read Yo Soy Joaquin, just an excerpt. It's about a 20-minute read to read it in its entirety. So I'll just read a beginning excerpt from Yo Soy Joaquin by Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez, written in the early 1960s, virtually a few years after I was born in the US. And here it goes. Yo soy Joaquín, perdido en el mundo de confusión, atrapado en el remolino de una sociedad gringa, confundido por las reglas, despreciado por las actitudes, suprimido por manipulaciones y destruido por la sociedad moderna. Mis padres han perdido la batalla económica y han ganado la lucha de supervivencia cultural. Y ahora Yo tengo que escoger entre la paradoja del triunfo del espíritu a pesar del hambre física o existir en el puño de neurosis social americano, esterilización de alma y un estómago lleno. Sí, he llegado desde muy lejos a ninguna parte de mal gana arrastrado por ese monstruoso gigante técnico industrial llamado progreso. Y existo angloamericano, me miro a mí mismo. Veo a mis hermanos llorar lágrimas de lamentación, siembro semillas de odio, me retiro a la seguridad dentro del círculo de la vida. Mi propio ras, yo soy Cautemoc, orgulloso y noble, líder de hombres, rey de un imperio civilizado más allá de los sueños del Gachupín Cortés, quien también es el sangre, el reflejo de mí mismo. Yo soy el príncipe de mis mayas. Yo soy Nezahualcóyotl, gran líder de las chichimecas. Yo soy la espada y la llama de Cortés, el déspota, y yo soy el águila y la serpiente de la civilización azteca. Yo era el dueño de toda la tierra que se podía ver bajo la corona español y trabajaba mi tierra y daba mi sudor y sangre india al amor español. El amo español, quien gobernaba con tiranía y hombre y bestia y todo lo que él podía pisotear, pero la tierra era mía. Yo era ambos, tirano y esclavo. La iglesia cristiana tomó su lugar en el bien nombre de Dios para tomar y usar mi virgen fuerza y fe confiada. Los sacerdotes, tantos buenos como malos, tomaron, pero dieron la verdad perdurable que español, indio, mestizo, todo eran hijos de Dios. Y de estas palabras surgieron hombres quienes rezaban y peleaban por su propio mérito como seres humanos, por aquel momento dorado de libertad, y fue parte en sangre y espíritu de aquel valiente padre Aldeano Hidalgo que en el año 1810 replicó la campana de la independencia y del grito perdurable, el grito de Dolores, que mueran los gachupines y que viva la Virgen de Guadalupe. And now I'll read in English, the original language this poem was written in, another excerpt from the same poem. In a country that has wiped out all my history, stifled all my pride, in a country that has placed a different weight of indignity upon my aged old burdened back. Inferiority is the new load. The Indian has endured and still emerged the winner. The mestizo must yet overcome, and the gachupin will just ignore. I look at myself and see part of me who rejects my father and my mother and dissolves into the melting pot to disappear in shame. I sometimes sell my brother out and reclaim him for my own when society gives me token leadership in society's own name. I am Joaquin, who bleeds in many ways. The altars of Montezuma I stained a bloody red. My back of Indian slavery was stripped crimson from the whips of masters who would lose their blood so pure when revolution made them pay. Standing against the walls of retribution, blood has flowed from me on every battlefield between campesino, hacendado, slave, and master and revolution. I jumped from the tower of Chapultepec into the sea of fame. My country's flag, my burial shroud. With los niños whose pride and courage could not surrender within dignity their country's flag in their land. To strangers now I bleed in some smelly cell from club or gun or tyranny. I bleed as the vicious gloves of hunger cut my face and eyes as I fight my way from stinking barrios to the glamour of the ring and lights of fame or mutilated sorrow. My blood runs pure on the ice-caked hills of the Alaskan Isles, on the corpse-strewn beach of Normandy, the foreign land of Korea, and now Vietnam. Here I stand before the court of justice, guilty for all the glory of my raza, to be sentenced in despair. Here I stand, poor in money, arrogant with pride, bold, with machismo, rich in courage and wealthy in spirit and faith. My hands calloused from the hoe, I have made the Anglo rich, yet equality is but a word. The Treaty of Hidalgo has been broken and is but another treacherous promise. My land is lost and stolen. My culture has been raped. Lengthen the line at the welfare door and fill the jails with crime. These then are the rewards this society has for sons of chiefs and kings and bloody revolutionists who gave a foreign people all their skills and ingenuity to pave the way with brains and blood for the hordes of God-starved, gold-starved strangers who changed our language and plagiarized our deeds as feats of valor of their own. They frowned upon our way of life and took what they could use, our art, our literature, our music. They ignored, so they left the real things of value and grabbed at their own destruction by their greed and avarice. They overlooked that cleansing fountain of nature and brotherhood, which is Joaquin, the art of our great senores. Diego Rivera, Siqueiros, Orozco is but another act of revolution for the salvation of mankind. Mariachi music, the heart and soul of the people of the earth, the life of a child and the happiness of love. The corridos tell the tales of life and death, of tradition, legends, old and new, of joy and passion and sorrow of the people. Who I am in the eyes of woman, sheltered beneath her shawl of black, deep and sorrowful eyes that bear the pain of sons long buried or dying, dead on the battlefield or on the barbed wire of social strife. Her rosary she prays and fingers endlessly like the family working down a row of beats to turn around and work and work. There is no end. Her eyes a mirror of all the warmth and all the love for me, and I am her and she is me. We face life together in sorrow, anger, joy, faith, and wishful thoughts. I shed tears of anguish as I see my children disappear behind the shroud of mediocrity, never to look back to remember me. I am Joaquin. I must fight and win this struggle for my sons, and they must know from me who I am. Part of the blood that runs deep in me could not be vanquished by the Moors. I defeated them after 500 years, and I endured. Thank you very much. Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez was part of the movement, the Chicano movement, Mexican Americans fighting for their dignity and their rights in the country where we have been born. And still that struggle continues as we enter into the 251st year of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. We all want that feeling of independence. Thank you.
Thank you,
So people
Tammy.
can, if you like, you can
Thank you.
unmute and applaud. All right. So next one is?
The next one is Bahara Hussaini, who
Okay.
is an activist and writer based in Massachusetts. Originally from Afghanistan, Bahara brings the sorrow and pain of the Afghan woman through her writings. She is a major cultural communicator on behalf of her people. Bahara.
Thank you so much. So today I'm reading a poem by Nadia Anjuman, who was an Afghan poet who lived under Taliban rule from 1996 to 2001. Through her poetry, she expressed the pain, oppression, and restriction imposed on Afghan women as they were deprived of their basic rights, including access to education, employment, social participation, and freedom of expression. Her words reflected the feeling of living in isolation and captivity. So as through trapped inside a cage, that's why I chose the title, The Caged Afghan Girl. Unfortunately, today, in 2026, many Afghan girls and women continue to face similar restrictions under Taliban rule. Their rights to education, work, and full participation in society remain severely limited. I read this poem on their behalf, as many of them have been silenced and are unable to freely raise their voice. نیست شوقی که زبان باز کنم نیست شوقی که زبان باز کنم از چه بخوانم من که منفور زمانم چه بخوانم چه نخوانم چه بگویم سخن از شهد که زهر است به کامم وای از آن مشت ستمگر که بیکوبیده دهانم نیست غمخوار مرا در همه دنیا که بنازم. نیست غمخوار مرا در همه دنیا که بنازم. چه بگویم، چه بخندم، چه بمیرم، چه بمانم. من و این کنج اسارت، غمی ناکامی و حسرت، که عبس زادم و مهر بباید به دهانم. دانم ای دل که بهاران بود و موسم عشرت. دانم ای دل که بهاران بود و موسم عشرت. من پربسته چه سازم که پریدن نتوانم. گرچه دیریست خموشم، نرود نغمه ز یادم. گرچه دیریست خموشم، نرود نغمه ز یادم. زان که هر لحظه به نجوا سخن از دل برهانم. یاد آن روز گرامی که قفس را بشکافم. یاد آن روز گرامی که قفس را بشکافم. سر برون رانم از این عزلت و مستانه بخوانم. من نه آن بید ضعیفم که زهر باد بلرزم. دخت افغانم و برجاست که دایم بفغانم. من نه آن بید ضعیفم که زهر باد بلرزم. دخت افغانم و برجاست که دایم بفغانم. Its translation: I have no desire to open my lips and speak. What should I sing of? When I'm despised by the times, what difference does it make whether I sing or I remain silent? How can I speak of sweetness when bitterness fills my mouth? Alas for the cruel hand that has struck and silenced me. There is no one in this world to comfort me, or on whom I can rely. So whether I sweep or laugh, whether I live or die, what does it matter? I sit in this corner of captivity, burdened with sorrow, disappointment, and regret, as though I was born in vain and my lips were meant to be sealed. I know, oh heart, that spring will come, and with it the season of joy and love. But what can I do with my wings bound when I am unable to fly? Though I have been silent for a long time, my song has not been forgotten. For every moment in whispers, I set free the words of my heart. I'm looking for the precious day when I will break open the cage, raise my head from this isolation, and sing with freedom. I'm not a weak willow that trembles at every wind. I'm not a weak willow that trembles at every wind. I'm an Afghan woman, and my cry of resistance will always endure. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So there are a lot of women heroines in today's reading. Jhansi, then Takama, then I'm an Afghan woman. Hokin also may have a woman character. All right, next is Nepali.
Thank you, Bahara. The next poet is Siva Gautam, who taught biostatistics at Harvard Medical School and now retired. He writes stories, poems, and essays in Nepali. He has been contributing to South Asian poets of New England for about 20 years. Mr. Gautam joins us from Sweden. Mr. Gautam.
Where is Shiva? Shiva? Shiva, unmute yourself.
So can you hear now?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I'm away from home and I have a slightly difficult technology, but hope I can do it. So first Nepali poem, Swadhinata Janmajat Soba. Here goes. Sanu kaँडाले घोच्दा पनि, सानु काँडाले घोच्दा पनि, सानु पीडाले पोल्दा पनि, अनायसै स्वभावत बिजेका काँडा झिकी हाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ, भिजेका परेली पुची हाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ। झिना मसिना काँडा पीडामा त त्यस्तो हुन्छ भने झन् अस्तित्वलाई नै घोच्ने, आत्मालाई नै पोल्ने, परिचयलाई नै छोप्ने, त्यस्ता सबै कुराको विरुद्ध उभिने मेरो जन्मजात स्वभाव भइहाल्यो नि। पक्कै यो मेरो जन्मजात स्वभाव हुनुपर्छ। म हुनुको प्रकृति प्रदत्त प्रभाव हुनुपर्छ। कुनै पनि काँडा पीडाको अधीनमा हुन नचाहनु, कसैको पराधीनतामा अटाउन नचाहनु, आफ्नो स्वाधीनतामा नै रमाउन चाहनु, यो विधिको एउटा विधान नै हुनुपर्छ। स्वतन्त्रता मात्र त्यसको निदान हुनुपर्छ। मेरो जन्मजात स्वभाव हुनुपर्छ। कतिसम्म भने sorry there's something happening कतिसम्म भने काँडा र पीडाबाट मुक्ति पाउन तत्पर हुन्छ मेरो त्यो स्वभाव, आफ्नो अङ्गका बलि चढाउन पनि। स्वाधीनतामा कुनै अवरोध आइहाले मेरो त्यो स्वभावले विरोध गरिहाल्छ। खेलौना जस्तै कसैको हातमा नाच्न चाहँदैन, मेसिन जस्तै कसैबाट नियन्त्रित हुन चाहँदैन। स्वाधीनता मेरो जन्मजात स्वभाव, स्वतन्त्रता मेरो नैसर्गिक स्वभाव। Now in English, at the beginning, Misraji said that, well, there could be different kind of independence, although it's related to 250th independence of the US. Nepal was never occupied by any country, so we didn't have any independence. That's how I was brought up, saying, oh, we are independent. So my poem is maybe a little bit different in that sense. Even when pricked by a small thorn, even when hurt by a little pain, unintentionally, naturally, there is an urge, the thorn must be pulled out, the pain must be wiped out. If this is so, in little prick and pain, think what it happens when something pierces my existence itself, burns the soul, devours my identity itself. Then, standing against all such things, it is obviously my innate nature. Of course, for certain, this must be an innate nature of mine. This must be inherent in me being me. Not wanting to be subject to any thorny pain, not wanting to be subordinate to anyone, wanting to enjoy your independence, this gotta be a statute of the creation. Freedom gotta be the only solution. It must be in my innate nature, to the extent that to be free from thorn and pain, my nature is eager even to sacrifice oneself. My nature would resist any obstacle against independence. In anyone's hand, like a toy, it won't dance. To be controlled by anyone, there is no chance. Independence is my innate nature. Freedom is my inherent nature. Thank you.
Okay. All right. If you want to applaud, you can unmute and applaud. And so that was nice. So Nepali. So next is Punjabi.
Thank you, Shivaj. Next
Thank you.
poet is our Amandeep Singh, who is an engineer based in Massachusetts. He's a published author in Punjabi and Hindi with 4 books. He runs a website dedicated to Punjabi children. He serves as the webmaster for India Discovery Center, the sponsor of today's program. Amandeep.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My poem is in Punjabi by martyr Kartar Singh Sraba, one of the youngest martyrs in India's struggle for freedom against England. It's a patriotic call urging Indians to remember the sacrifices made for freedom and to remain steadfast in their love for the nation. Here's the poem. सदा जीवना नहीं जहान अंदर खिड़ी रहेगी सदा गुलजार नहीं सदा कूड़दी रहे ना चार शाही सदा जाबरा हथ तलवार नहीं रंग बदलदी रहेगी सदा कुदरत बनदा वक्त किसे दा यार नहीं होसी धर्म दी जित अखीर बंदे बेड़ी पाप दी लगनी पार नहीं साडी आत्मा सदा डोल वीरो करू की तू फंग दा वार सानू खातर धर्म दी गुरां ने पुत मारे दिखे चमक दी नेक मिसाल सानू हिंद वासियो रखना याद सानू किते दिलां चो ना भुला जाना खातर वतन दी लगे हाँ चढ़न फांसी सानू देख के ना घबरा जाना साडी मौत ने वतन दे वासियां दे दिली वतन दा इश्क जगा जाना हिंद वासियो चमकना चंद वांगू किते बदला हेठ ना आ जाना करके देश दे नाल तरो यारो दाग कौम दे मथे न ला जाना मूला सिंह किरपाल नवाब वांगू अमर सिंह न किसे कहा जाना जेला होण कालज वतन सेवकां दे दाखल हो के डिगरियां पा जाना हुंदे फेल बहुते अते पास थोड़े वतन वासियो दिल ना टा जाना प्यारे वीर नो चले हासी जिथे उसे रास्ते तुसी भी आ जाना हिंद वासियो रखना याद सानू किते दिलां चो ना भुला जाना O people of India, remember us. We will not live forever in the world. We will not bloom like flower forever. May there never be lies and tyrannies, not always a sword in the hands of oppressors. Nature will always change its color. Time is not anyone's friend. Truer religion wins in the end. The boat of sins will not sail. Our soul is always strong. Guns cannot kill us. By sacrificing his 4 sons to protect the religion, Guru Gobind Singh showed us a shining example of righteousness. O people of India, remember us. Keep us in your hearts. Do not forget us. For the sake of our homeland, we are ready for the gallows. Do not be scared to see our sacrifice. Our death awakens the love of our homeland in people's hearts. O people of India, shine like the moon. Do not hide under the clouds. By betraying the country, friends, do not put a stain on nation's forehead. Fight like people Mullah Singh, Kirpal Nawab, and Amar Singh. Prisons should be colleges for the country's servants to get honorary degrees. Many fail, and few pass. O people of my country, don't lose heart. Dear brothers, wherever we have gone, you should also follow the same path. You should also follow the same path. This is a poem by martyr Kartar Singh Sraba, who was a martyr age of 19. Thank you.
Okay.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया.
Age of 19. All right. So next poet,
Thank you, Amanjit ji.
Parmit
The
Kumar,
next
Hindi.
poet is Parmit Kumar Singh, who served as a scientist in Harvard Medical School. He writes in Bhojpuri and Hindi. He is a regular contributor to the efforts of South Asian poets of New England. Parmit ji.
Thank you, Rita ji and Mishra ji, for organizing this. So the poem is like this. वक्त की पुकार पे रक्त का दान हो, स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। सर्प सा जीवन बिल में संकुचित हो या नभ में अनंत तक विस्तृत हो, विस्तार हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। सोच लो, विचार लो, 100 साल के जीवन में सांसों पे बोझ हो या शोषण की कालजयी बेरियों पे बन काल प्रहार हो, प्रहार हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। स्वर्ग से देवता नहीं आएंगे योगदान को, नारियों के गर्भ से न निकलेंगे नारायण। जो इंतजार हो, इंतजार हो, हमें ही चूनना है अपने पथ को, अंत को। मिटाने को ये गहन अंधकार, न हो अब सूर्य का इंतजार। अब तो मसाल लो, मसाल लो, स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। रूप रंग का त्याग कर रन को प्रस्थान हो, काम क्रीड़ा को छोड़कर प्रेम से मुख मोड़ कर भय पर विजय हो, विजय हो। नर ही नहीं केवल नारी के हाथों में भी कृपान हो, कृपान हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। गुरु ही नहीं अब माताओं से भी आह्वान हो कि पुत्रों को बताएं वो वीरों की संतान है। सिंह सा गर्जन करे और कल अपने संतान फिर निर्भीक निर्भय भविष्य के लिए। कुशासकों का संहार हो, संहार हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। वक्त की पुकार पे रक्त का दान हो, स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। धरती को रंग दो, धरती को रंग दो ऐसे कि कन कन इसका लाल हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। वीरों की संतान तुम, ऐसा संग्राम तुम करो कि गूंज हो हिमालय तक, आसमां तक शंखनाद हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। विजय की नहीं कामना, विजय की नहीं कामना अब मन में है। धर्म की स्थापना न अपना लक्ष्य ही है। अब तो बस केवल रणचंडी का आह्वान हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। अभेद किसका दुर्ग रहा, अभेद किसका दुर्ग रहा जो भय अपने मन में हो। विजय किसकी रही शाश्वत, विजय किसकी रही शाश्वत जो अंत अपना बस पराजय में हो। अपने लहू से लिख दो ऐसा इतिहास कि पीढ़ियों को अभिमान हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। जीवन का मोह त्याग कर साथ चले इस राह पर, हिंदू हो या मुसलमान। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। वक्त की पुकार पे रक्त का दान हो। है अगर भय तुम्हें तो खुद से ही आज पूछ लो, क्या है वो जिंदगी जिसके बेरियों में क्या है वो जिंदगी जिसके बेरियों में पाव हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। जो रुक जाए वो धारा नहीं, जो डूब जाए वो किनारा नहीं। मानव हो तुम कोई पशु नहीं, जो दर पे किसी के बंध जाए वो पौरस नहीं, जिसका न स्तुति न कोई गान हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। जो भूल गए इतिहास अपना उनका कोई वर्तमान नहीं, वो क्या मांगेंगे हक जालिम से, वो क्या मांगेंगे हक जालिम से जिनको अपने लहू का आभास नहीं। ये समर है उन वीरों का, ये समर है उन वीरों का जिनका प्राण से बढ़कर मान हो। स्वतंत्रता पुकारती बलिदान हो, बलिदान हो। थैंक यू वेरी मच। द इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन इज, when the hour demands it, let blood become an offering. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Will you live like a serpent, curled forever inside its burrow, or rise beyond the sky itself, vast, unbound, without end? Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. What is 100 years of life If every breath is burdened by chains, better to become the reckoning that shatters oppression's ancient bonds, strike and strike again. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. No God will descend from heaven to fight this battle for you. No divine Savior will simply be born among us while we wait and wait. We must choose our own path, our own destiny to drive away this endless darkness. Stop waiting for another sunrise. Carry the torch yourself and lift it high in the sky. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Lay aside comfort, step onto the battlefield, leave behind pleasure, even the comforts of love, and conquer your fear. Let victory belong to courage, not only men. Let women too take up the sword. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Let the call come not only from our teacher but from every mother, reminding her children they are born of heroes. Let them be like lions so the generation yet unborn may inherit a future without any fear. Where tyranny itself is brought to an end, freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Let this earth be stained so deeply that every grain of dust bears witness of our resolve. Fight as the children of the brave until there is echo through the Himalayas and roll across the heavens like the blast of sacred conch. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. We seek no glory for ourselves. Our purpose is no longer conquest nor victory alone, but the triumph of justice. What fortress has ever stood forever? Why should fear rule your heart? What victory has ever been eternal when surrender is its only end? Write such history with your own blood that generation yet to come will speak your names with pride. Cast aside your fear of death. Walk this road together, Hindu and Muslim, side by side. Freedom is calling. Let there be sacrifice. If fear still lives within you, ask yourself, what kind of life is it when your feet remains in chains? A river that ceases to flow is no river at all. A sword that sinks beneath the tide can shelter no one. You are human, not a beast meant to be tethered at another's door. There is no honor in a courage that leaves behind no song. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Those who forget their history lose both their past and their future. How can they demand justice from their oppressors if they no longer remember the price of their own blood? This battle belongs to those who hold honor dearer than life itself. Freedom is calling, let there be sacrifice. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good.
बहुत अच्छे बहुत अच्छे
Parmit Singh.
Thank you,
Okay, very
Parmeet
good.
ji.
Thank you.
Our next poet is Mr. Sajid Kamal, who hails from a prominent scholarly family in Bangladesh. He is a poet and technology innovator. He's a published author with many books in Bengali and English. Sajidji has been associated with the South Asian poets of New England from its inception. Sajidji.
Okay, Sajid, go.
Thank you, Rita. Wow. I've been sitting here literally hypnotized by the power, depth, and breadth of every single presentation. And it's inspiring. We know there has been struggle in the past. We know there will be a struggle in the present. We know there's a struggle in the future. But where we go from here depends on this kind of inspiration, and that we reflect on what has happened with our tears as well as with our smile. And we move forward and we come to realize that, hey, we live in a very small blue dot, and it's beautiful, it's diverse, and it's united. It's one earth with many colors, many flowers, and the sun shines on us with 7 colors to give us the light we receive everywhere. So thank you very much. I really am honored to be part of this. So the poem I'm going to read is by Qazi Nazrul Islam. And so for those who might find this, oops, that's something is, it's okay?
Yeah.
Can you see me? Okay.
Yeah.
For those who might find this interesting, about Qazi Nazrul Islam, he's well known. At the same time, there's always a little more information. Qazi Nazrul Islam was born in 1899 and died in 1976. The rebel poet of Bengal is among the greatest contributors to Bengali cultural heritage of all time. Equally astounding is the fact that he accomplished what he did within such a brief period of time. Out of his 77 years, Nazrul had a creative career of less than 24 years, from 1919 to 1943, ending due to his yet mysterious neurological illness, debilitating his functional capacities, including speech. Even that brief period was ridden with poverty, personal tragedies, and constant harassment by the British colonial government, which both threw him in jail on charges of sedition as well as proscribed several of his works. Yet, during the same period, Nazrul produced at least 25 books of poetry, 4,000 songs and ghazals, the latter being composed in Persian and Arabic mode, 3 books of stories, 3 novels, 3 books of translations, 29 plays and operas, 2 movie scripts, and 5 books of essays and other writings. Composed and he composed the music as well as sang. The Bengali Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore was a great admirer of Nazrul, calling him the comet, an ardent voice of humanity, equality, freedom, justice, unity, coexistence, and peace. Nazrul was a phenomenal synthesis of the rebel spirit and creativity. So the poem that I'd like to read is called Bengali, called Bhangar Gan, and I'll then read my own translation. Bhangar Gan is song of destruction, and he refers to Shiva a number of times because Shiva was both god of destruction and construction, creativity as well as destructivity. And so Nazrul was not only rebel, even though he said that we have to rebel, at the same time, he also spoke about creation, rebuilding. And that's why he wrote poems like the Ecstasy of Destruction as well as Ecstasy of Creation. So anyway, so this is called Bhangar Gan, the song of destruction. But the first line is Kararo Iloho Kapat, which is called those iron gates of prison. কারারই লৌহ কপাট ভেঙে ফেল করলে লোপাট রক্ত জমাট শিকল পুজোর পাষাণ ভেদি ওরেও তরুণ নিশান বাজা তোর প্রলয় বিশান ধ্বংস নিশান উড়ুক প্রাচীর প্রাচীর ভেদি গাজনের বাজনা বাজা কে মালিক কে সে রাজা কে দেয় সাজা মুক্ত স্বাধীন সত্তরে হা 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 পায় যে হাসি ভগবান পড়বে ফাঁসি সর্বনাশী শিখায়হীন তথ্য কেড়ে ওরেও পাগলা ভোলা দেড়ে দে প্রলয় তোলা গারদগুলো জোরসে ধরে হেঁচকা টানে মার হাক হায়দারি হাক কাঁদে দুন্দুবি ডাক ডাক করে ডাক মৃত্যুকে ডাক জীবন বানে নাচে ওই কাল বসে খি কাটাবি কাল বসে খি দেরে দেখি ভীমকারার ওই ভিত্তি নারী লাথি মার ভাঙরে তালা যত সব বন্দিশালা আগুন জ্বালা ফেল উপারি. So this is my translation. Those iron gates of prison. Destroy those iron gates of prison. Demolish the blood-stained stony altars of chain worshipping. O youthful Shiva, blow your horn of universal cataclysm. Let the flag of destruction rise amidst the rubble of prison's walls of the east. Play the music of the festival of Shiva. Who is the master? Who is the king? Who is it that punishes the truth of freedom? Ha 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 ha. It's a laugh. God is to be hanged? Rumor monger, who teaches this pitiful truth? Oh, you forgetful madman, shake the prisons with your forceful cataclysmic pulls. Send your Haidari call, play your war drums, called death towards life. There, the Boishaki storm is dancing. Are you just going to sit through the days? Let's see. You shake up the foundation of the terrible prison, kick back the locks. All this prison, set them on fire, burn them down, uproot them forever. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Very good, very good.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Pradeep.
Now it is my turn. Okay.
So the next poet is our Dr. Vijay Mishra, who is a physicist. He serves as the president of India Discovery Center and the convener of South Asian Poets of New England. He's a scholar of Sanskrit and writes in Odia, Hindi, and English. Mishra ji.
All right. Namaskar. So first, a word of gratitude on behalf of South Asia Association. Also, I think Here's Crow also has joined, so I'll be followed by her. She has the Native American chant. What we saw through when I was trying to conceive the program last night, see India as a country, as a philosophy, as a culture, somehow claimed that freedom is inbuilt. We are born free. Now, freedom is not independence. Freedom, you are born free, but a dependent. Dependent on food, dependent on water, dependent on air. So independence is, are you really independent? Now, some of these natural elements which are given to us, food, air, water, fire, and so on, so that we get. So we don't beg them. But what we beg is our personal freedom. It is not clear how men try to dominate others, the reason thereof. But what I saw in literature and what we saw also through our readings today, that there has been always this encroachment. I think the laziness of man to say that I can have a little better time if I can enslave a couple of people. They do my work. So this dependence, somehow I lean on. I think lean on women, lean on children, lean on people, lean on other people, and then exploit them. So gradually this leaning becomes atrocious and can take many different forms. So mostly what happens is we don't probably discover them. Human beings as we are, we probably try to be inertial. We operate. It's okay. It's okay. So it is not, we do not know when does it explode. See, many poets that we heard and so on, when they wrote under what condition that this is not tolerable. I can't take it anymore. I'm dependent, but I don't want to be exploited. So this whole process of independence of human being has been the story. What I read is today a poem by my own father. He fought against British, left college, and went to jail many, many years. So this poem is written after India became free. India became free in 1947. This poem is of 1953. He's a man of 33 then. Now, what he says is, so this is the independence as we gain. Suppose, I don't know whether we can all claim to be independent. Independent means we live through our own means. We don't depend. We can die now. We don't have any really leaning. So this, but then political independence, when somebody exploits you. So what he tries to say is like, hey, people, now we have been free, we are independent. Let that independence not be lost. So we, as I was thinking myself, I don't think we are fully feeling independent, and hence we don't know how to lose it. We accept certain amount of dependence, certain amount of threshold where we operate. It's okay, it's okay. No, it is not okay. No, it is okay. You are designed not to really lean on somebody. So anyway, in that spirit, so this is a poem. This poem, the title of the poem is, I translated it yesterday. Sapatha kara, take a pledge. So he thinks that it is not the dignity of you, it's the dignity of your mother, it's the dignity of your land, dignity of your born, dignity of the air that you breathe. These are all given to you. So that dignity entitles you to be independent because they're blessing you. So take a pledge that no, I will be always be independent. Sapatha karo, take a pledge. লক্ষ্য মরণর ঢেউ কাটি বক্ষরে ধরিছি যে মাটি সে তো জন্ম মাটি কল্যাণময়ী পুণ্যভূমি তার ছুঁই শপথ কর take a pledge. সিপাহী রে, oh my friend, oh my soldier, শপথ কর, শপথ কর. So the point is, I think he's scared that this independence may go away. This is 1953. আহ্বানে জননী হিন্দুস্তান কিয়ে ভাগ্যবান who আগুয়ান. Only the lucky ones can go forward. এথি সার্থিক জীবন বলিদান আস বাড়ুত বৃদ্ধ নারী নর শপথ কর. শপথ কর সিপাহী রে, শপথ কর. শপথ কর, কর মরণ জয়ী শহীদ রকতে পুণ্যময়ী আস দুর্বার জীবনର ବାର୍ତ୍ତା ଗାଇ ଜୀବନ ପାଇଁ ମରଣ ପାଇଁ ତୁଚ୍ଛ କର. Don't think too much of your life. Your independence is larger than your life. ତୁଚ୍ଛ କର, ତୁଚ୍ଛ କର, ଶପଥ କର. ଶପଥ କର ସିପାହୀରେ, ଶପଥ କର. Fourth stanza, this is the last one. ଯେଉଁ ଜନନୀ ସ୍ତନ ତୁମେ ଭରିଛ ମୁଖେ ଯେଉଁ ଭାଷା ଅମୃତ ବରିଛ ବୁକେ ତାହା ଲାଗି ତୁମେ ସିନା ଭାରତୀୟ ତୁମ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ବିଶ୍ୱ ପ୍ରତି ପରିଚୟ ଶପଥ କର ସିପାହୀରେ ଶପଥ କର ଶପଥ କର. So I think what he says is, again, we do not know whether we can really fully endorse it. That is, your identity is your birth, where you are, your land, protect it. And so it's not clear to me in history that why people go forward and to occupy lands. But here in 53, he says, hey, look, this can happen again. India has been free now for 80 years. But whether it has been because of the call he made or many other people made, the calls that all many poets made today. So this is my translation. Pledge, O fighter, pledge. O fighter, pledge. Do pledge. Arise, my brother, never give an edge. Place to your mother, place to your land. Touch her, my brother, give her your hand. Let her holiness cleanse you over. Let her blessings be with you forever. Steadfast through myriad waves of desperation, she has offered you affection and protection. Place to your mother, place to your land. Touch her, my brother, give her your hand. O fighter, pledge, do pledge. The first stanza. Arise, my brother, never give an edge. The distressed mother is calling on you. To give her a hand, O man, she needs you. Come see, the point is the following: the land can't protect itself. Your dependence function of the land is free. So that is where C is coming from. Come forward, O young, be that lucky you. Give her your sacrifice, O friend, she needs you. Come, O old, come, O young, come, O man, you. Come, sister, come, brother, come, O kid, you. The distressed mother is calling on you to give her a fan. Give her a hand, O man, she needs you. O fighter, pledge, do pledge. Arise, my brother, never give an edge. Place to your mother, place to your land, touch her, my brother, give her your hand. Let the martyr's blood wash through the land. Let the song of liberation be the nation's band. Pledge your young for death, then for you, your life and living. Pledge your man for the breath, then for dignity and caring. You will sacrifice all. No one else should matter. In the struggle of humanity, let you be the victor. Blessed to your mother, blessed to your land. Touch her, my brother, give her your hand. O fighter, pledge, do pledge. Rise, my brother, never give an edge. Last stanza. Remember your country, remember your life, remember your mother's milk, don't forget her strife. Remember your language, remember your soul, remember history, remember your goal, so that you care. So to the world, India loves all, a Hindu loves the world. So this is peculiar of India, that we love all, how much we manifest it. Place to your mother, place to your land, touch her, my brother, give her your hand. O fighter, pledge, do pledge. Arise, my brother, never give an edge. Pledge, O fighter, pledge. All right, Sapotaguru. So anyway, so land, so I think it was followed by our friend Years Crow, so who have been struggling for their land for all these years. So let us see what she has to. Thank you.
Right. So Nutao Huangcho, I'm not sure pronouncing correctly, is a Native American storyteller based in Rhode Island. With 35 years of storytelling experience, she brings forth the culture and wisdom of Longhouse people through their stories. Nutao.
Thank you. I thank you, my sister, to all the sisters and brothers who have spoken today.
Thank you.
I have smiled, and I have, now that I am older, I let my tears come out where people can see them. I held them inside for a very long time. The people have been, many tribes are gone. There are no children to carry it forward. But we are still here. My son has no interest, and yet he walks and acts white men. He doesn't know it, and I don't point it out. But I know he heard, and I know he saw, and it was very much a part of everything he grew up with. Both of my parents were of European descent. You have to go back farther in my ancestry to find those who were born of the land. But I knew they were there when I was young. I didn't know what they were called or what color they were, but I knew that I was different because I walked differently. I was not independent because I was a child, but I was non-dependent. Because it was said didn't make it so. We had a swamp in back of our house. Guess who played there? It was not wonderful land, but it had so many wonderful things there that weren't in anybody's yard. So I knew from the time I was very young, and it's the reason that today I am considered a spiritual teacher. And I have people of all races, colors. We have a very small core circle, but they are Jewish, Buddhist. We have two I don't knows because there is so much that is offered and they were given nothing as children. So I just offer this to you as a mini scope, a small look at how I got to be this. My skin is very pale and my blood is very red. And it has been spilled on one or two occasions because not of who I am, but what I am. And that's one of the things I teach, that there is a difference between who you are and what you are. And don't ever forget it, because it's a gift. It came with you. And then you build on it. So you've done your work. But it is a gift to begin with. My people were a great deal of the tribes were led by matriarchs, by women. And it was so for a very long time. Because the men fought the wars, but they went to the Women's Council and said, this is what we're planning to do. The War Council went to the Women's Council, the clan mothers, and said, this is what we want to do. And they had the power to go, that's a bad idea. Because it's going to snow a lot this winter. We're not going to get decent crops in the fall. We're not going to be able to feed our children. We need you here, alive and ready to hunt and take care and protect us. And the men would back down and they would say, maybe next year. Because of that thing inside humans that makes us want to, or for defense. But anyway, what I chose as a matter of independence being the theme is the independence that we have inside of us. And for many women in the Native tradition, and I believe in many women of many traditions, hold the water to be so sacred. We call her one of the grandmothers, one of the first grandmothers. And this is a song to honor the fact that she runs slow and gentle, or she can hit rocks and the wind comes to help. And she is fierce. And we are both. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Nipi gayu we ha. Gayuweha, Gayuweha, Nippy, Gayuweha. It is sung 4 times, once to each of the cardinal directions, to remind you and me, to remind the brothers and sisters, the little ones and the old ones, that no matter where you are, if you're in jail, if you're on the run, if you're at your fire in your living room, you always stand in the center of 4 directions. And that is where Creator looks for you. Oh.
Okay, very good. So can you all unmute yourself and acknowledge Sister Here's Crow? And with her, no, you said that you will tell your names.
Oh, yes. I didn't want to go on too long, so I skipped it. My apologies. My full name in my language is Papakiskal Natau Au Kakantua. Try to put that on a credit card. So I go for Here's Crow. What it means is hollow bone, which is not a bad thing. Hollow bone in the native tradition means that your own ego, your own pain, your own story can be pushed aside to allow teachings and stories, because the stories are the teachings, to come through you, not from you. So my name in English is Hollow Bone. She hears it, the crow, for the crow is part of my medicine. Thank all of you. I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I apologize for being late, but truth be, we've had some family things going on, and they needed to be tended to. So I came as soon as I could, and I'm glad that I did. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So we did manage to get through 14 of us. I thank a few people. I think this is like even though the event is powerful, people behind it. So I have already told before the 4 women and Nina Wahi, Geeta Patil, Rita Pandey, and our Parmeet Singh. So we have few evening meetings and so on, and then we think what to do. And then we had few people who are not here today, but who did connect me to other people. So the beauty of this is you don't know how it comes out. The human spirit of independence, or human spirit of compassion, or human spirit of forgiveness, human spirit of existence, human spirit of advancing is so inbuilt that you have to simply bring people, and it happens. And today is an example of it. We didn't do anything. We just brought people and we give them a little sentiment. We didn't explain what independence is. People interpreted their own way. So I am thankful to each of you for this independence. Now, it might have come out that as though independence is something sackling, unsackle, go around, remove.
Yeah.
But the question is whether poverty or oppression or illiteracy or any kind of abuse, whether it is imposed on us and that we remove, or we, by our own desires or lofty thinking, accede to it. I get rich, or I get this, or I get this. I mean, unholy company. You join, and then it's very late before you know it's not going anywhere. So anyway, so that's the kind of a human dilemma that we have to think over. I have to also thank all of you and many of the visitors who are here today. I think like Vasant Machwe, I see Srinivas Tilak from Bombay, I see Muhammad Ushama, I see other people who are also Markandeshwar from Texas, so who have joined us, encouraged us. And I particularly thank also, I see Andrea Cummins, and she is the one who connected me to sister. And her own daughter was Bela, who did the Greek poetry. And Andrea helped me in organizing another program we did called the Folk Stories. We may repeat both of these next year. See, folk stories, it came out all right, but somehow the depth of it. So this became more deep. This event became because people, the poetry has a more expression because it's original, it's creativity. But anyway, so I thank Andrea for helping us. So I will now, so why not you formally thank these people by applause? Can we? All speakers, all poets, and all organizers.
Thank you. Thanks for your
And
work.
Amandeep is our webmaster, and she's also video recorder. So thank Amandeep for
Thanks,
helping us out.
Deep.
We are grateful.
And so we'll have a video and we'll circulate it. So now for 5 minutes or so, I will open the discussion for anyone has any comments. Brief though, in a sense that anything overall that you saw in the event, in the program. Means what we tried to do when I was trying to compose the program yesterday, I thought we will go from this initial declaration, the man is free, and man is orderly through Sholem, and man is then gets bonded gradually, and then the shackle comes in. Whether the orderliness brings shackle, I do not know. I have not examined that. So the question is, once I say that this is the law, whether that becomes a shackle, who makes the law? Whether people make the law or law is imposed on you. But once the law is imposed on you, the law can bind you. Law can take any different turns. So the question is, when do you know the law is binding me? It's not my law anymore. So that continued. India was a kind of, I come from India. So India was a great country and so on, is occupied. So that's why I read my father's poem. So anyway, under that context, in the present day world, and when the wars are going on and so on, people make comment. So this is how independence is viewed in the world now. And we have a little discussion, then we close. Anybody feel a Sideko? Yes, I hear you. You would be joining next year. Fine, do join. We don't have
Yes, I'd like to say something.
Please do.
I'm thankful that Mahendra Bakshi invited me. I think he invited me last year too, but finally, I'm here, and I am so grateful for everyone's contribution. It just really hits me in the heart, and I've been feeling so down that this lifts me up to know that I'm sharing this world with such wonderful people who strive on and show that compassion is love that does not turn away. That's what, as a Buddhist practitioner, I understand that, we talk about feeling sorry for someone, but if we believe in compassion, it's a way to look at things and not turn away from the difficult. And so obviously these poems and poets and the people here.
But compassion, what happens is, see, I'm glad that you kind of said so, but it rationalizes. The point is when something is imposed on you, if you rationalize it, for whatever way, rationalize, means I deserved it, it came to me, it is nature, this is how the universe works. So if once the women do that, you accept it. This is how it is. So the question is, once you accept it, so then the oppression can go on stronger. And that part of it, that part of rationalization, I mean, accept it. I think India also I think original this thing, the freedom, did get rationalized later on. Accept it. And when my father says, don't accept it. Don't accept it because any slight alteration. But the question is, are we cognizant enough to know where the alteration took place? See, our Indian, her hair screw is here. She may not know, or her forefathers may not know that they will be slaughtered. They're friendly.
And also, excuse me, also, when the Buddhist practitioner says compassion is the love that doesn't turn away, this is internally and externally in both. So when we're feeling for ourselves as well as others, we can feel the unity on this earth with each other.
Right. But when they say, I think Gandhi tried that, and New Testament says it, like when somebody hits you or somebody abuses you, you saw the other chick and so on. It's okay, accept it. It's okay. It's a temporary, minor, this thing. So that is where I think one has to really discriminate whether the person is, I am seeing that in the local history. See, things are said and they'll appear trivial, but they're not so trivial. Your individual rights are being taken away through those statements. So the question is whether one should be cognizant of it or forgive it. See, forgive it only possible when there's a huge amount of food, huge amount of resources. So it's okay. You have another place to go. But when you depend on your resources, so the only cosmological resources, water, air, this thing, that probably still that's also being polluted. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll go into different things and so on. Thank you. Do join next year. Anybody else?
Yeah, Vijayji, I would like to tell about our Nobel laureate, Kailash Satyarthi.
I know, and we said that,
Yeah,
but say something else.
no, he has written a lot on compassion, and he's working on that.
No, on this meeting, if you have any comments on this meeting.
So more than 1 million children, he has taken the child labor out.
No, I want on
the
this
compassion
meeting.
I was just telling.
On this meeting, you have any observation? Then you say, or
It was very good meeting. Very good. I liked it. Thank you.
Anybody else? No, don't bring external. Okay, all right. So things are not here. Many good people are right here. So why bring other characters? Okay, anybody else has any comment? Muhammad Ushama, you were there in the beginning. I had talked to you and you said that you are observing. You have any observation now? Are you around? Muhammad Ushama.
नमस्ते सर आई एम ओडिशा आपनको
Okay.
अशेष धन्यवाद सर
Okay. You have any comments or any observations?
It's my pleasure to be here as a listener.
Okay.
And I'm trying my best to share my poems in the next sessions. Thank you.
Very good.
It's my
Very good. How about Professor Tilak? Professor Tilak, are you around? Not around. Okay. Who else is here? Mahendra Bhai, you want to say something? No. All right. Andrea, did you hear it all?
I did not hear it all. I was a little late, but I heard a lot of wonderful poetry.
Thank
I would like to say that I love when people share in their own language.
Right.
I really appreciate the gathering of people who are able to speak in whatever they consider their first language or the language of that poem or the language of their heart. I think that puts powerful things out into the world. And
Humanity,
I love to
the
hear
human
that.
connection.
And I know that it is very hard for people to then operate in more than one language at the same time in the same program.
Okay.
So I want to recognize that extra work that everyone put forth to not only speak in one language, but to then have to speak in two and listen in many. It's a big job, even if you speak many, many languages. It's a big job to shift your consciousness like that. So
Thank
we
you.
have an expression in Hebrew. It's Yasher Koach. And some people call it congratulations, but it literally means to strengthen your way. Going from strength to strength. So Yasher Koach to everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Andrea. And your daughter did very well. She had the right diction.
And I just want to correct it's my child, non-binary. So
Okay, all right. Okay, that's
my
fine.
grown child.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Anybody else want to? How about Tommy?
Hi, yeah, I wanted to say that Spanish is was the home language. My parents spoke that language. I did not learn it specifically. I just picked up on the Spanish they spoke, especially around Christmas time when they started talking about gifts, and I wanted to know their secrets. But Spanish is the language of my oppressor, as is English, and so I do not know my actual language of my original people. And that's because I was born on a continent that was torn apart and made into the United States, which now is also kind of in the midst of tearing and breaking and all of that. So things I don't want to talk about right now, but I managed to find a poem that had been translated into Spanish that was written in English, and my own work is mostly in English. But I just have to acknowledge that, you know, Spanish is the language of the conquistadores who invaded and struck down the power of the Mexican civilizations centuries ago. So I needed to say that.
Okay.
Thank you. I also
thank you.
post an online. Yeah. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate your comment. I also host an online virtual gathering the third Saturday of every month, and we read poetry and any kind of original literature. And it's a wonderful gathering. If you're interested, just reach out to me. I put my contact info in the chat, or you can get in touch with Dr. Misra if you want other contact info from me. It was a pleasure to be here, and I love hearing everyone speak in whatever language they spoke today. I have spent some time in Nepal, so I really enjoyed especially hearing Nepali again. Thank you.
How about Abir? You want to say something? Was it good experience for you?
It was like good experience for me because that was my first time I do something like that. I hope like in the future we do like more slide to show like the people like the photos and the language, like the both like the your home language and English would be good idea in the
We
future.
did that. I think it's a question of how much time you have, how much organization you have. We did that 2 years ago. Yeah. Good that you could come. Yeah, we'll try. Join in. See, it's all function of how much we can, we're all volunteers. So we'll see how much of we can do together. Okay, all right, wonderful. And Bahara, do you think we're improving?
Yeah, and it was an honor to be here again this year, and I'm thankful to Ms. Raji and all the organizers, and I love to see the diversity, like people coming from different background, different languages, different stories. So I feel so pleased to be here today and to talk on behalf of the Afghan women who are still struggling independence and freedom in Afghanistan. So I was glad to be here and raise my voice. And thank you so much. It was awesome. Such a great Sunday.
All right. Sajid, you want to make a comment? Is Sajid around or left? Sajid, you want to make a comment?
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
all people.
thanks. Yeah, again, I just echo. It's been very, very
See, when we were
inspiring.
talking yesterday about the Kaji Najrul, I did not know what else was there.
Mhm.
So we were kind of a blind, putting dirt in the sun, assuming that this is how it is, Kaji Najrul, when we talked yesterday. So, but you see how the flow came. And
Right.
so that's the beauty of it. Man, that something is guiding you, unknown to you, and then you arrived. All right, please comment.
Yeah. Thank you again. It's been very inspiring. As we know, things are going on, it has gone on, is going on, and to be really thinking things will continue. But what is important is that we can feel inspired as opposed to overwhelmed, because there's a history can oppress you or history can liberate you. It depends. When present can do that, future, think about future. Things are going on around the world right now. Gaza is a big prison. We're talking about breaking prisons, and Gaza has been a prison for last several decades, really. And I think things are happening, and I want to remember. So my hope is that as we talk about our own experiences and our reflection, that we see that very special way, that because coming from certain individuals and unique perspective and unique experience, at the same time through that we also connect to the universality of freedom and independence, and that means wherever people are in the world right now. And I would like to extend my my compassion and call for some what we have talked about today, not just to limit it to ourselves, but to for the whole world, the whole humanity, and other living creatures. Really.
Yeah, why not?
So thank you
Why
again,
not?
Vijay.
All right. Srinivas ji, are you there or not there? So Srinivas Tilak is a professor in Bombay IIT. So he teaches languages. So I thought he'd make an impartial, independent evaluation if he can, but probably he's not there. Okay, if he's not there. Are you there? Dr. Tilak. I think he's logged in, but probably not on. All right, if he's not there, so we can close. Amandeep, you want to say something? Do some closing remarks. Where is Amandeep? Are you around? Close the event on behalf of SAPNE. Amandeep says that he is a poet by nature, engineer by profession. So with that, Amandeep, you want to say a few words and close it? Can't unmute yourself? Not probably. No, unmute.
Sorry, Mr. Ji.
Okay, so say a few words to close it. Thank all people on behalf of SAPNE.
Anji, sorry.
Can you thank all people on behalf of SAPNE?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I apologize. I was distracted. So, yeah. So I really want to thank you everybody for this great morning of poetry on freedom and independence. So it was honor to attend this event. Thank you, Mishra ji, India Discovery Center, SAPNE, South Asia Poetry, Poets of New England, and everybody internationally who joined us. And it was very moving to hear everybody. So it seemed like the struggle is same everywhere. So the oppressors are oppressing the weak, but we are not weak. They think we are weak, but we are not weak. So that's all I want to say.
Okay. So let us thank you all.